This is the west coast of Brittany. So much rugged rocks, crushing waves and deep forests. I spent a lot of my childhood here. This is where my family's from, and it's also where a lot of the tales that I was raised on are based. Whether it's the same goblin fey creatures that would go on to inspire Tolkien, or whether it's the Arthurian mythos, which is based from here all the way across to Cornwall and Wales. Because back then it was easier and faster to travel by sea than by land, and so all the characters that you hear about in the Arthurian tales spent a lot of their time moving across these lands. The forests where Merlin went missing for years, that's in Morbihan. Inland of here, the lands which Lancelot moved over to have his battles while he was in exile, that was in Brittany. And it was whilst going on my own adventures as a kid on these cliffs and through these woods that I was introduced to Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. When I was reading The Magician and The Dragonbone Chair and The Wizards of Earthsea. So when I moved to Scotland 12 years ago, it was seeing a similar landscape, a similar culture, a similar folklore and mythology that inspired me so much because I recognised home there. And that's where my book Call of the Black Ring comes from. It comes from being in Scotland and being inspired by the landscape, the people, the culture, the language, the folklore, and wanting to capture that in some way and use that inspiration to tell the kind of stories that I was brought up on here in Brittany. And that's why I'm so excited for that book to be finally having a chance to be brought to life in audiobook form, because that's how all these folkloric tales were originally translated across land, across sea. It was through people telling stories with their voices. And as much as books allow us to dive into a world that's conjured by our imagination from the pages, there's something about hearing the words in someone else's voice, hearing how the story is told by someone else, that gives a new vitality to those stories. And if that's something that you're excited by the idea of as well, please get over to Kickstarter, find the Call of the Black Ring audiobook, click the notify me, make sure that you stay up to date as my journey to bring that story to life comes around. Because if just for a moment Call of the Black Ring and the voice of Barry Bryce lead to you feeling like you're being swept away to these cliffs and feeling some magic in them, then that's a job well done. And recapturing just a little bit of the magic of being told stories as I got lost in these woods on this coastline years ago.